Hello gold farmers, welcome to another Golden Routes farming video. Today I am going to go back over my shadow web, or my shadow silk and shadow weave mask route. I made this route back when the Lucid Nightmare was first discovered, and for the most part you should be able to complete it in about 7.5 minutes to 10 minutes, which isn't really bad at all. Within one lap I can usually make around 10 to 20k an hour. Right now my RNG is really terrible. If you've watched some of my videos from when I first started, I had talked about how my RNG is really bad, and I'm currently having troubles with getting decent drops. The other day I had ran a couple loot appraiser challenges with Sharkin, and I did 40 minutes in the Unguru crater location where you can get the stun guards or kill them and all of that, and I didn't get a single green to drop. At that point I just left there and started killing all of the rares and collecting chests that I find, so that way I was guaranteed at least some kind of green. This route usually yields around 10 of the shadow silk each lap. I have currently been able to get, if I am lucky, 3 each lap. Though don't underestimate this route, it is actually pretty good. The shadow silk sells for an average of 164 gold, and the mask sells for an average of 6.2k. Right now on my server it's going for about 3.5k. I was able to sell probably 4 or 5 of them about a week ago for about 3k. So this route can still make you a decent amount of gold. A lot of people still don't have the shadow weave mask, mostly because it was over farmed and a lot of people didn't really want to spend the 10 or 20k it was going for at that time. And after things died down, the recipe still has a pretty nice market value. I run this route every time I am in Searing Gorge, mostly because you have a really good chance of the mask dropping. Not a lot of people farm it, so it's you usually always get one every lap, or every time you go to the camp and kill all of the mobs that have a chance of dropping the mask. Both, I do believe, still have a fairly high sell rate. The Shadow Silk has a really high one, and if you post it at a decent price, it should sell right away. The mask also has a high one, considering it is a recipe, and if you post it at a decent price, you'll probably have a buyer within the first couple of hours of you posting it. This route is really easy to follow. Basically all you do is you hit this camp with all the dark iron steamsmiths, and you will kill all the spiders that you come across after you had killed all of the seamsmiths. I don't expect to see any more of the recipes right now, just because my RNG is really bad. I usually have quite a few more greens than what I have right now, but I've only picked up, I think, close to 10. Not even. Usually at this time I have around 15 greens, and a lot of the greens sell for a decent amount. The highest green I'd gotten was the Overlord's Grievers, or Greaves, which has an average sell rate of about 2.6k. I don't plan on covering too many transmog farming locations or anything that deals with RNG, like my dungeon guides, because of how bad I've been doing with my average loot per hour. I do plan on going over quite a few more guides a day. I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4, mostly because I really want to get things picked up a little bit, because I still have quite a few guides and routes I'd like to go over in vanilla content before I move over to BC. And at the rate I am going right now, it's gonna take me probably another year just to finish everything in the vanilla content. Keep in mind that a lot of this, all the guides that I've been covering for vanilla will actually probably do pretty well during the classic server. There will more than likely be a couple different changes, because I know Blizzard changed some of the zone levels and rearranged stuff when creating the newer expansions, but for the most part you should be able to use most of my guides that I am covering right now for the classic server. I believe that is all for this guide. I will probably start covering a lot more of my gathering routes, so if you have any specific or herb or even leather that you are wanting to know where to get a bunch of, feel free to let me know, and I will look over my routes and share them with you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.